Today, I'm going to show you some of the coolest glitches that are currently available in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. But before we do, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more awesome Nintendo content like this. Starting off with our first glitch, I wouldn't actually so much call it a glitch, but more of a bug that I assume wasn't intended. Basically, you'll want to pick a rule set that only has the shield item on, and then pick the King of Fighters stage. And I believe Hero is the best option for this on both player 1 and 2. I'm not actually sure if this matters, but I believe he works best. So, to initiate the bug, you'll want to get your opponent to a reasonable amount of damage. And once you have a shield on your back, grab your opponent as close to the invisible barrier as possible and up throw them. Make sure they continue to lean against the barrier as they are falling. If done correctly, the hero should land in between the barrier and the shield, and they'll be stuck in an infinite loop of landing bounces. Yeah, a really weird glitch, and can be used as the ultimate setup by activating Hero's spells. My personal favorite is the Magic Burst one, which basically guarantees a kill on them. This is just such a random bug, and the speed can actually change of how much they bounce depending on the distance between the shield, the barrier, and where the hero is. But yeah, since the opponent can do absolutely nothing about it, like mashing buttons won't do anything. The only way to get out is by dying or for the shield to run out. A really cool one to start off with. Next up is a glitch I'm sure that a lot of you are aware of already. However, we're gonna go over it anyway because it's really funny. So, if you make your way into training mode, using any two characters, spawn a Pokeball that can summon Zoroark, activate the Pokeball, which will make Zoroark target the other player, and do his attacking sequence. And right before or after he's doing his final blow, use the hammer item and jump up into them. This for some reason will cause them to just remain floating in the air, freeze, and they can't do anything about it. It turns out Alex found out a cheat on how to get into creative mode in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. She's just floating there menacingly. So yeah, basically they are stuck there until you hit them. However, if you go to summon another Zoroark, as he goes to attack the opponent, the game just kind of freaks out and has no idea what's going on, so it just crashes. Any glitch that makes a game crash is one that I really like, and they seem to not be able to patch this one. It's been here for a little while now. Our next glitch involves a Steve and a King K. Rool. I mean, the two best characters to ever be added to Smash Bros. Oh, and Banjo-Kazooie. Oh my gosh, Smash Ultimate is just a dream come true. Anyway, this one is pretty simple. With Steve's blocks, you'll want to build a small 3-block high pillar, except leave a gap in between the top and the bottom block. Then with King K. Rool pressed up against the blocks, spam your jab attack, and boom! King K. Rool is now stuck in between the blocks, and once they disintegrate, K. Rool will no longer be affected by gravity. Like Alex, he's just floating there menacingly. There is very little you can do with this glitch. However, you are still able to taunt and down smash. There may be some other moves, but at least it's still possible to get a kill. I guess this is useful? No, it's not, because pretty much every other move just sets you back to normal. But hey, who doesn't love a menacing floating King K. Rool? Next up, we've got a momentum storing glitch. Basically, you'll want to go into training mode with Mario, and I'm pretty sure this works on any other character, but Jigglypuff is who most people use, from what I've seen. And in training mode, you'll want to set the opponent to 999%, and then summon the Shadow Assist trophy. So basically, what Shadow does is he slows down time, and right at the end, he freezes the opponents. So, right before he does freeze time, you want to grab the opponent and wait for just the right time where he's just about to freeze them, and once that time hits, throw Jigglypuff, but make sure not to kill her. She has to freeze. Once frozen in the air, jump up to her and cape her, and then this will happen. For some reason, after the initial death, the launch power stored inside Jigglypuff is carried over to the next stock, which leads to another death, and then almost killing her a third time. Not really sure why the launch power isn't reset after the death, but I love how stupid this one is. I felt like trying it when she was Mega, and because of less knockback, she didn't actually die a second time. Very cool. Now let's hear from our sponsor, StrongVPN. So StrongVPN is a great way to keep your private information safe online at all times. You will never get hacked. No one will ever be able to see anything you do online, not even your internet service provider. Not only that, but your internet speed will increase as it will never throttle again. Not only that, but you can access website streaming services from other regions, such as Japanese Netflix and so much more. Definitely use the link in the description to buy a subscription. Anyway, back to the video. Okay, now whoever thought Ridley was too big of a character to fit into Smash Ultimate was absolutely correct. Now this one's quite a lengthy glitch, so bear with me. In this one, we're going to be making use of spirits, specifically the Max Brass spirit. Spirit, which can be found in the Min Min Armed Spirit board. And we want to do this to obtain his ability, which increases the size of the holder if they are over 80% temporarily. Once beating the Spirit battle, just make a random team setup with him as the secondary Spirit, and the primary Spirit doesn't really matter, and then name it Too Big for the meme. We then want to go into Special Smash and set the size meter to Mega. I'm sure you know what we're going for, but I'm not just showing you Big Ridley. So you want to pick the other fighter as Yoshi. Use the handicap to increase Ridley's damage so he'll become giant as soon as the match starts, and assign him the Spirit team. As soon as the match starts, Ridley will take over the entire screen through his sides, and then using Yoshi, you'll want to egg him to see something really unusual. Yep, that just insta-killed him. The egg is so big that the game just decides to give up and kill Ridley for some reason. Yeah, I'm sorry, Sakurai, but he is way too big for this game. Go back to being a boss battle and roll. That was fun. I wanted to see what would happen if we froze him with ice climbers, so we did, and were rewarded with a giant ice block bigger than the actual stage. Now, these aren't glitches, but I also wanted to see what a gigantic Steve ability Kirby would look like, and I wasn't disappointed. And I also wanted to see what would happen if I use Sing on 2 gigantic Steves, and basically we get 2 beds that are larger than the actual stage. Now this next one has to be one of my favorites. Again, not really sure if I can call it a glitch, but definitely something visual and funny. Now it took me ages to find out a consistent method on how to get this to work, but after experimenting, I found the perfect way to activate it. You want to go into training mode on any normal stage, Battlefield suggested, and pick Falco and Mr. Game & Watch. Now I'm not sure if this is essential, but probably not, but just set Mr. Game & Watch damage to 37. With Falco, you then want to go to the very edge of the stage and spam your jab. Basically, you should be constantly spinning right now. Then with Mr. Game & Watch, walk into the attack and keep pressing forward for about a second. Then release it, and Mr. Game & Watch should position himself into a place where this happens. I don't know what the hell is happening, but I can't imagine Mr. Game & Watch is enjoying it. And neither are my ears. This one is very, very cool and unusual, and I really have nothing else to say about it. Next up, we want a stamina battle with Smash Balls on, and one player being Steve with 2 other random fighters. Basically, if you set an opponent to a couple of decimals right before death and wait for the Smash Ball to summon to get your final smash, you can actually hit them enough to kill them and still use Steve's final smash on their dead ragdolling body. In doing so, nothing will appear in the House of Boom when the cutscene is triggered. A very small visual glitch, and I feel bad for Steve for wasting all that TNT on such a cool building. For this next glitch, use a rule set that has final smash meter turned on and pick any stage you'd like. Get Ice Climbers, Fox, and Byleth, and when the match starts, spam neutral B with Fox on the other fighters until both of their smash meters are nearly full. You will then want to fully fill Byleth's one, and have Fox activate the camera controls. The Byleth, for some reason, is still able to activate their final smash, and then whoever has control of the camera, spam L, which will make it go frame by frame, and eventually kick you out of the camera, because you're not supposed to have the camera during final smashes. You then get out of the pause screen and let Byleth's final smash play out, and say goodbye to the camera working properly once it's done. It sort of just zooms out into a totally different position. Not sure why this happens, but now you'll want to try and hit Ice Climbers with your gun again, so they get their final smash. It will then cause some weird camera effects, and once the final smash is done, it'll constantly be set in this weird diagonal position. No idea what is going on here. I then decided to try it out on the Minecraft stage and found that for some reason, it just decided to make the background spaz out every time I moved the camera. I've seen other videos where weird effects change based upon what stage you pick, so I suggest playing around and seeing what weird outcomes you can get. This next glitch is best done in training mode and is a quick one. Basically, you want a Snake and a Donkey Kong, then position yourself under a battlefield platform with Donkey Kong right next to you. Then use Snake's Nikita and shoot it right above you and let it drop down. And right before it hits the platform, you'll want to grab Donkey Kong and down throw him. If you do it at the perfect time, for some reason Donkey Kong will just teleport to the platform above. There are quite a few different instances where this happens with other characters. This is the only one I could pull off at the moment. A small one, but an interesting one. Okay, this final glitch is quite an old one that's been seen by many people before in other glitch videos, and that's being able to set your character's position on the X-axis. So basically facing the camera instead of left and right. Now like I said, this is an old glitch, which is glitches come back. So I'm sure you haven't seen the new method on how to do it, and the effects on the new DLC characters that have released since the old version of the glitch. It might seem tricky at first, however, in training mode, as Link, you want to give yourself your final smash, and then make a Knuckle Joe assist trophy spawn behind said opponent. Jump behind them and activate it, and as soon as you can, roll back in front of them and activate your final smash. You then want to press the pause button and wait for the assist trophy to disappear. If done correctly, the other fighters should be set on the X-axis, meaning they can no longer walk side to side without jumping, and all of the attacks are facing the camera now. With Steve's down tilt, the fire is set in front of him. His smash attacks also look really unusual. He just kind of swings at the camera. His recovery also looks really cool as we see the full wingspan of his elytra. And because of this, he also isn't able to get any upwards or downwards momentum. I'm not sure why, I just love how stupid this looks. Also, standing right next to Link, his attacks do basically nothing. However, his down air can still hit him and makes the anvil face the other way, and grabbing him actually does work. And not only that, it also sets Link on the X-axis as well. I don't know about you, but it just looks so cursed. I was eager to try it out on the other DLC characters since the old one, so we did so. Next, I chose Min Min. I couldn't wait to see the outcome as Min Min has such a unique moveset. Like expected, her arms come towards the camera, but firing the laser with the dragon arm angles it in a really weird way. It's like it kind of tries to set it back on the proper axis. The Ramrang also has some weird look, and the Mega Wart pretty much just looks exactly how you'd think it would, right towards the camera. Using two arms at once is also pretty cursed, and it turns out that if you use the dragon laser, it actually still connects with Link and damages him. Next, I chose Banjo-Kazooie, don't ask about my ordering, and his neutral B was extremely cursed to see Kazooie firing her eggs out of her mouth right at us. Yeah, very cursed. The grenade also spawns behind us, but throwing it will just explode it on an invisible wall in front of us and set us back to normal. We can also get an interesting look on how smash attacks are angled, and unfortunately the Wonder Wing also resets us back to normal. His neutral aerial is also quite cool to see from the side, and his down aerial is also able to deal damage. Next, I was really excited to see what Terry's Buster Wolf attack would look like, but unfortunately due to his character always facing the opponent, it automatically locks him in the right position. That sucks. The last character, being Byleth, had some pretty cool moves as well, such as the arrow facing the camera and seeing his side B from a different perspective. His down B was also locking into the front position and could never be turned around. His down aerial also looked like a DK forward air, and that's all the new fighters that have released since the glitch was originally discovered. You can continue to experiment with other characters if you want, and I highly suggest doing so. It's pretty fun. Recently, I tried to beat Pokemon Sword only using Score Bunny. Make sure to check out that video to see if I was able to do so. And yeah, with that out the way, that was all the glitches I could find for version 9.2 of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to buy from StrongVPN using my link in the description. Thank you all so much for watching.